Okay, in this problem, we are classifying students based on 3 characteristics. So, to collect information for a survey, researchers classify. Okay, so we have only 3 eye colors, blue, brown, and green. Okay, so that's characteristic number 1. Only 2 genders, male and female, and only 2 class ranks, freshman and sophomore. So, in this section, we're dealing with the fundamental counting rule in terms of a counting technique. So, how many different outcomes do you think will make up the sample space? And then let's verify that using a tree diagram. Well, the fundamental counting rule, which is going to give us how many elements are in the sample space. The tree diagram will actually give us the sample space. The sample space is the actual list of outcomes. In calculating probabilities, we don't need the whole list. We just need to know how many there are. So, this first question, how many different outcomes do you think make up the sample space? Well, for eye color, we have 3 options. For gender, we have 2 options. And for class rank, we have 2 options. Now, the fundamental counting rule says, well, if you want to count the number of sequences in a multi-step counting process, you can count the number of options there are at each individual step and then multiply them out. Find the product of the individual values. So in this case, 3 times 2 times 2 is 12. Now let's just make sure that that actually works. So we have characteristic number 1 is eye color. So we have blue, we have brown, we have green. For each eye color, there's 2 possible genders. We'll say male and female. Male and female. Male and female. And following each eye color and gender combination, there is 2 possible class ranks, freshman and sophomore. So freshman, sophomore. Freshman, sophomore. A couple more of these. Freshman, sophomore, freshman, sophomore, and I'm running out of room. Nope, I'll fit freshman. And finally, sophomore. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so there's our 12 outcomes that we were expecting based on the fundamental counting rule. So again, the fundamental counting rule gives us the number 12. This is, let's use blue here. This is actually the sample space. Sample space. So the sample space is the list of all the individual outcomes. Well, actually not just the last entry, but each path. So for example, blue, male, freshman. That would be the first element in the sample space. Okay, so next question. If one folder is selected at random, find the probability that it includes a student with blue eyes. Well, if we want blue eyes, let's say yellow. So blue eyes would be all of this. So that would be 4 out of the possible 12 student files. So if one folder is selected at random, the probability that it includes a student with blue eyes, so let's say probability blue, there are 4 possible students that are classified as blue eyes out of the 12 total, and let's reduce this to 1 out of 3. So probability of choosing a student with blue eyes would be 1 out of 3. And for number 3, if a folder is selected at random, find the probability it includes students who are female and don't have brown eyes. Okay, female that don't have brown eyes. So it looks like these two are female without brown eyes. Everyone down here has brown eyes, and down here females with no brown eyes. So it looks like 4 of these 12 options, again 4 out of 12, would be female without brown eyes. So again, our probability would be 4 out of the total 12, or 1/3. Okay, that does it for this problem.